The director clearly used all his free will while making this movie, because no sober rulebook could explain what happens next. Everything Everywhere All at Once throws an exhausted laundromat owner from tax stress into multiverse chaos filled with hot dog fingers, flying bagels, and emotional damage. The film begins with the Wong family standing together and singing karaoke in front of a mirror. They look happy and close. As the song ends, their reflections slowly fade away and they disappear. The story then moves to the present day. Inside the Wong family home, everything is loud, crowded, and stressful. Evelyn Wong and her husband Waymond are overwhelmed. They are trying to prepare papers for an upcoming audit, organize a large birthday party, and manage their failing laundromat business. The pressure keeps building, and nothing feels under control. Evelyn's father, Gong Gong, is coming for the birthday celebration. He was once distant from Evelyn because she married Waymond and moved to the United States. Even though he is visiting now, the past tension still lingers. Evelyn wants everything to be perfect, which only adds to her stress. Waymond tries to talk to Evelyn, but she is too busy and impatient to listen. Unknown to her, Waymond has secretly prepared divorce papers. He feels ignored and pushed aside, but he does not say anything. Instead, he quietly continues helping with the work. Throughout the laundromat, small googly eyes are stuck on machines and objects. The family placed them there as a joke. Evelyn finds them annoying and angrily pulls them off whenever she sees one. She does not find the joke funny and sees it as another problem she has to deal with. Their daughter Joy arrives at the house with her girlfriend Becky. Evelyn and Joy already have a difficult relationship, and tension quickly rises. They argue about Joy's tattoos and her behavior. Evelyn worries about Joy telling Gong Gong that Becky is her girlfriend. She says Gong Gong is old and strict and may not understand. Joy feels hurt and believes her mother is just uncomfortable with her sexuality and is using Gong Gong as an excuse. Gong Gong enters the room, and Evelyn introduces Becky as Joy's very good friend instead of her girlfriend. Joy is clearly upset by this. Gong Gong criticizes Joy for not speaking Chinese well, and Evelyn adds another comment by telling Joy she has gained weight. Becky gently explains that Evelyn's criticism is her way of showing love. During all this chaos, no one notices something strange happening to Waymond. For a short moment, he seems to be taken over by someone else. He suddenly moves with confidence and performs skilled martial arts. Before anyone can react, it stops and everything returns to normal, unnoticed by the family. The next day, Waymond, Evelyn, and Gong Gong go to the IRS building for their audit appointment. They enter the building and step into an elevator together. The mood is tense, and Evelyn is focused on the meeting ahead. While the elevator is moving, Waymond suddenly changes again. His behavior becomes serious and focused, unlike his usual gentle manner. Evelyn realizes something strange is happening. Waymond is once again possessed. He tells Evelyn that he is not her husband at this moment. He explains that he is a version of Waymond from another universe. This other Waymond has taken control of her husband's body in this world. He warns her that the multiverse is in great danger and that something terrible is coming. Before the elevator reaches their floor, he quickly writes a note for Evelyn. He tells her to read it after she gets out of the elevator. As soon as he finishes writing, the possession ends, and the other Waymond leaves her husband's body. The elevator doors open, and everything appears normal again. Part 1. Everything. The family meets with their IRS auditor, a woman named Deirdre. She carefully reviews their paperwork and tells them that many of their financial actions could be seen as fraud. As she speaks, Evelyn becomes increasingly anxious. Deirdre warns that the laundromat could be taken away if the problems are not fixed. While the meeting continues, Evelyn secretly reads the note that the other Waymond wrote for her in the elevator. The note gives her clear instructions. It tells her to switch her shoes, place an earpiece in her ear, and imagine herself teleporting to a janitor's closet. Evelyn follows the instructions exactly. Suddenly, Evelyn finds herself inside the body of another version of herself in a different universe. She is standing with the other Waymond, who explains what is happening. However, the connection is unstable. Evelyn keeps jumping back and forth between this strange place and the IRS office, where Deirdre is still talking and threatening to shut down their laundromat. The other Waymond explains that he comes from a universe called the Alphaverse. In that universe, people learned how to travel across the multiverse by using a special mapping system that tracks different branching realities. They can enter the bodies of their alternate selves in other universes. When they do this, they can also gain the skills and knowledge of the version they are inhabiting. He explains that to travel between universes, a person must first do something unusual. This helps align them with their alternate self. That is why Evelyn had to switch her shoes. Altwaymon then tells her about a dangerous being named Jobu Tupaki. Jobu is an evil traveler who moves across the multiverse, creating chaos. She has been killing different versions of Evelyn in many universes. Alt Waymond believes that this Evelyn is different and may be the only one capable of stopping Jobu because of her natural goodness. Suddenly, an alternate version of Deirdre appears in this other universe. Without warning, she attacks and kills the bodies that Evelyn and Alt Waymond are using. As soon as this happens, both of them are forced back into their original bodies in the IRS office. Evelyn suddenly comes back to herself inside the IRS office. Deirdre is speaking and says she will give the family until that night to bring more documents for the audit. Evelyn is still shaken and confused by what she just experienced in the other universe. Overwhelmed and unable to control her emotions, she punches Deirdre. At the same time, Evelyn notices the divorce papers that Waymond had secretly prepared. Deirdre immediately calls security. As the guards rush in, the other Waymond takes control of Waymond's body again. Using powerful martial arts skills, he fights and defeats the security guards. This sudden chaos sends a signal across the multiverse and catches the attention of Jobu Tupaki. It is then revealed that Jobu Tupaki is actually Joy from the Alphaverse. Alt Waymond explains that in his universe, Evelyn pushed Joy too hard while teaching her to explore the multiverse. Joy was taken beyond her limits and gained the ability to move freely through all universes, experience every reality at the same time, and change reality itself. The constant pressure from Evelyn and the overwhelming awareness of infinite possibilities caused Joy to lose her sense of meaning. She came to believe that nothing truly matters because life is short and the universe is endless. Because of this belief, she became dangerous. Alt Waymond says that Joy created a powerful weapon that could destroy the universe, and he hopes Evelyn can stop her. Suddenly, an alternate version of Deirdre takes control of Deirdre's body. This version has the strength and abilities of a sumo wrestler and attacks them. Alt Waymond tells Evelyn how to connect to another universe where she is a skilled martial artist. To do this, Evelyn must declare her sincere love for Deirdre. Evelyn struggles and fails at first. Believing he was wrong about her being the chosen one, Alt Waymond leaves her. After a moment, Evelyn manages to travel to the alternate universe and gain her martial arts skills. Using her new abilities, she defeats the alternate Deirdre. Even after winning the fight, Evelyn and Waymond are arrested by the authorities and taken away. Soon after Evelyn and Waymond are arrested, the police escorting them are suddenly attacked. Jobu Tupaki appears, now fully inhabiting Joy's body. She kills the police officers in shocking but cartoon-like ways, such as making them burst into colorful confetti. The scene is violent but unreal, adding to Evelyn's fear and confusion. Terrified, Evelyn tries to access another universe to gain powers that might help her fight Jobu. However, because she panics and cannot focus, she accidentally connects to a strange universe where humans evolved to have hot dog fingers instead of normal hands. This leaves her completely unprepared to fight. Before Jobu harms them, she pauses. She becomes deeply interested in this version of Evelyn. Instead of attacking, Jobu shares parts of her own experiences with her. She allows Evelyn to feel and see what she has felt across the multiverse. Jobu also gives Evelyn a brief vision of her final plan and what she intends to do. At that moment, Gong Gong suddenly attacks Jobu. It is revealed that this is Gong Gong from the Alphaverse inhabiting the body of Evelyn's father. After the attack, Jobu decides to leave this universe. She chooses to return to the Alphaverse to confront them there. Alt Waymond then returns to Waymond's body. He realizes that he was right to believe in Evelyn. He argues with Alt Gong Gong about what should be done next. Alt Gong Gong believes the only solution is to kill Joy while Jobu is distracted. He explains that killing Joy would prevent Jobu from entering this universe, and he has done this in other universes before. Alt Wayman strongly disagrees. He believes that Evelyn can still save Joy and stop Jobu without killing her. Evelyn listens to both sides and finally chooses to support Alt Waymond. Angered by this decision, Alt Gong Gong believes that Evelyn, Waymond, and Joy have all been corrupted by Jobu. He fears that if Evelyn joins Jobu, Jobu will succeed completely. Because of this, Alt Gong Gong calls fighters from the Alphaverse and orders them to kill all three of them. To survive the attack, Evelyn begins pulling memories and abilities from many versions of herself across different universes. She connects to a world where she is a skilled martial artist. She also draws strength from universes where she is a famous singer, a hibachi grill cook, a maid, and even a sign spinner. In one of these worlds, her coworker secretly has a raccoon named Raccacooey hiding under his chef's hat, helping him cook, similar to a parody of Ratatouille. By combining all of these experiences, Evelyn becomes extremely powerful. She is able to fight in many different ways at once. Using her mixed skills, she defeats the fighters sent by Alt Gong Gong. One of these battles involves an unusual fight using butt plugs, during which one of the attackers is briefly played by Jenny Slate. Evelyn manages to overcome all of them. At the same time, Jobu attacks and kills Alt Waymond while he is inhabiting another body. Jobu then returns to face Evelyn directly. Evelyn prepares herself for the final fight. However, the effort of holding so many abilities at once becomes too much. She has spent too long jumping between different versions of herself. Her body and mind cannot handle the strain. Evelyn collapses and dies from the stress. Jobu looks disappointed by this outcome. Waymond, watching helplessly, is completely devastated. Part 2. Everywhere after Evelyn dies, her consciousness does not disappear. Instead, it travels across the multiverse. She experiences the many different lives she has connected to before. She fully lives inside those other versions of herself and feels what their lives are like. In the universe where people have hot dog fingers, Evelyn is in a loving romantic relationship with Deirdre. In another universe, Evelyn chooses not to get involved in multiverse chaos at all. She simply goes home and focuses on doing her taxes. In this world, she learns the truth about Waymond. He never truly wanted a divorce. He only prepared the divorce papers because he felt they were growing apart. Evelyn immediately runs back to her home. She confronts Joy and demands that Jobu Tupaki come forward. Jobu emerges from Joy's body. Evelyn tries to fight her, but Jobu is far too powerful. Jobu uses her abilities to overwhelm Evelyn. She throws Evelyn through many different universes. In one world, they are both prisoners. In another, they exist as piñatas. In another, they are animated characters. Evelyn is unable to stop the constant shifting. Finally, Jobu brings Evelyn to her base, where she plans to show her the truth behind everything she has created. At Jobu's base, she shows Evelyn her creation. It is called the Everything Bagel. Jobu forces Evelyn to look into the Everything Bagel. As Evelyn does, she is overwhelmed by what she sees and feels. She begins to believe that nothing in life truly matters. Compared to the infinite universe, human lives feel small and meaningless. The only place where Evelyn and Jobu feel some peace is a universe where life never existed. In that world, they are simple, thinking rocks sitting quietly together. As sentient boulders, there is no pain, no responsibility, and no struggle. After this, Evelyn fully agrees with Jobu's belief that life has no real purpose. Carrying this feeling across the multiverse, Evelyn begins to destroy her relationships in the different universes she is connected to. In one universe, she even calls animal control on Raccacooey, the raccoon that helped her coworker cook. In her home universe, Evelyn's behavior becomes destructive. She signs the divorce papers Waymond prepared. She refuses to submit her tax documents, which causes Deirdre to arrive at the laundromat with the police to take control of the business. Evelyn then smashes the windows of the laundromat, showing that she no longer cares about the consequences. Jobu explains that if she goes through the center of the Everything Bagel, her existence will end in every universe at the same time. She believes this will finally stop the pain she feels from seeing the multiverse as meaningless. Jobu asks Evelyn to go with her so they can everything together. Evelyn agrees at first. Just before she steps forward, Evelyn hears Waymond's voice. She is pulled into another universe. In this world, she is a successful martial artist, and she never married Waymond. Waymond explains that he thinks Evelyn did not choose him because she misunderstood his kindness. She saw his generosity as weakness. Waymond tells her that being kind and loving is how he gives his life meaning. He says that even though he became successful without her, he would have rather lived a simple life with Evelyn, even if it meant running a laundromat together. His words deeply affect Evelyn. Evelyn then returns to her own universe. She watches Waymond calmly and kindly talk to Deirdre. Instead of arguing, he uses patience and compassion, and he convinces her to change her decision about taking the laundromat. Seeing this, Evelyn finally understands that Waymond was right. True strength and real meaning come from love and kindness. When Jobu again tries to persuade Evelyn to go through the everything bagel with her, Evelyn refuses. An angry Jobu opens a portal and brings the everything bagel and her followers into Evelyn's main universe. The bagel begins pulling objects toward it and slowly destroys everything around it. Chaos spreads through the laundromat and the surrounding area. Waymond tells everyone to stop fighting. He asks them to choose kindness instead of violence. Bolt Gong Gong arrives with fighters from the Alphaverse. Their goal is to kill Jobu and end the threat. Instead of attacking, Evelyn uses her powers in a different way. She looks into the hearts of the people fighting her. She sees their deepest regrets, pain, and unfulfilled desires. One by one, she helps them resolve these feelings. As their inner problems are fixed, each attacker stops fighting and puts down their weapon. Evelyn also repairs the damage she caused across the multiverse. She makes peace with Deirdre in the hot dog finger universe. She saves Rakakui from animal control. She brings balance back to the lives she disrupted. Evelyn then faces her father. She admits that her fear of becoming like him caused her to push her own daughter away. She realizes that in trying to avoid abandonment, she repeated the same mistake. Now united, Evelyn, Waymond, Gong Gong, and the rest of the family work together. They grab onto Jobu and physically stop her from entering the center of the bagel. At the same time, in the universe where Evelyn stayed home to do her taxes, Evelyn speaks directly to her daughter. She apologizes sincerely. Joy refuses at first. She says life is too painful and that people are too small to matter in an infinite universe. She asks why they should even try to fix their relationship. Evelyn responds that Joy is right about life being small and painful, but she says that the small moments are exactly what matter most. No single moment is more important than the short time they get to share together. Joy finally accepts her mother's words. Evelyn and Joy hug each other. At that moment, Jobu is pulled away from the bagel. The everything bagel shuts down and loses its power. Jobu is no longer hostile because Joy has found peace through her reconciliation with her mother. Part 3. Sometime later, the Wong family is dropped off at the IRS building by Becky. Becky is now fully accepted by the family, including by Evelyn and Gong Gong. There is no longer any tension about who she is or her relationship with Joy. As they walk into the building together, Evelyn and Waymond share a warm, loving kiss. This simple moment shows that their marriage has been repaired and that they are once again close and supportive of each other. They enter Deirdre's office for the audit. This time, everything is different. Their receipts are neatly organized and their paperwork is complete. Deirdre reviews the documents and praises them for doing a much better job. The film ends by showing that Evelyn still has access to the multiverse. She can feel and experience all realities at the same time. Even with this overwhelming awareness, she remains present in her life, able to hold everything together, all at once. Before you go, hit subscribe or the multiverse collapses. Not really, but maybe. Drop a like, share it with your chaos-loving friends, and stay tuned because more crazy stories are coming. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one.